I was conceived in 1918, and then on the 17th of June, the baby popped out. Then my father bought a little piece of land on the corner of Harfield Street and Princess Street. And in those days, the city council built houses for the folk. So my parents had that house built. When I was a little girlie, Mrs. Dirks had no children. Her children were her horses, with one horsey in a trap, and she had her cows, and she milked her cows, and she'd put the milk in the big can. In those days, milk wasn't even pasteurized. And we're still alive? In those days, we had to leave home at 7 o'clock, catch the train at Harfield Road Station. From Harfield Road to Salt River. You get to Salt River Station and the connection is just coming in, and you run down those steps to catch your connection. In 1961, my lawyer says, now Mrs. Hendricks, you know they're going to make Claremont a white area. You will not be able to take possession of your house. Okay, Mr. Berman, I'll go on paying off the bond as is. Well, then everybody, what we say in Afrikaans, all the house owners were oproer. Can come in there, it's more South Africa. Oh, they said to me, now they must be very sorry for this mother with her 3 children. I was in the process of being divorced. You'll have to sell. They're going to give us so much per square meter for our property, and we can get this for our house. I said, I'm sorry. I'm not moving. The group areas had a file on me, on my house, thicker than that woman's book there. They would knock on my door, you've got to move. I'm not moving. Well, if you don't want to move, you've got to sell your property. Then they sent me a form to fill in that I have no intention of moving. Then comes the next form. If you have no intention of moving, we will declare your property, some word, vulnerable, I suppose. And we will send a valuator to give you a market value. Besides, there is a basic value. And the difference between the basic and the market is what you, the owner of the property, has to pay in order to remain in your own house. Let me tell you, some of those people were doing it for a job. You know, they're rude. I can't tell you how rude they are. One little boertjie came and he walks through the house. He says, maar is die huis nie te groot vir jou nie? I said, are the houses in Bishop's Court too big for them? I don't know where I get the answers. Some of those people did have sympathy. And I can still see this nice tall man standing in the kitchen looking at the house to write down the value of the property. I just said, Lord, help this man to keep the value down. And then, of course, I pointed out to him the cracks in the building. So I go to Cape Town, to the office. It was in Raylaine Street in those days. Yes, this big boerevrou. Oh, done up to the T, most beautifully dressed. And I'm also nicely dressed. I said, now I've come to ask you if you will please allow me to pay this amount in installments. I've got 3 children that I have to work for. She said, jy betaal binne 30 dae, anders is jy uit. My dear, do they bash? Talk about verbal abuse. Those people know it. They don't have to be in Lavender Hill or those other townships to learn it. They've got it. And I paid it.